Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate clicking on that video as always. And we are back with another rack store pickup. But this isn't like every other rack store pickup that you guys have seen. This is retribution. This is revenge on the a-hole who literally put bricks in the box that I bought. You guys might remember not too long ago. I went to Marshall's, I found this fragrance, I opened it up, and there were bricks inside. Actual bricks. Here's the photo evidence. I felt helpless. I felt had. And on top of it, the nice people at Marshall's, they gave me a little trouble returning it. They had to check all their bases and make sure I wasn't trying to scam them. Nonetheless, I have it again. In my possession, purchased at Marshall's. Scent I'm talking about is John Varvatos Artisan Blue. I paid $44.99 at Marshall's for this. I will say I have been seeing these pop up more often. So if you guys have been in the market to buy some John Varvatos fragrances, this has been popping up along with Artisan, the original Artisan. So, which is my least favorite from the John Varvatos line. I'm going to bust this open. I'm going to try it on strip, see what I get, put it on skin like I normally do, check out the notes and see if this one is worth it. I may have smelled this once before. I don't remember. It's possible, but more likely than not, this is a first impressions. And I'm a big fan of this line, so I'm excited to finally get this one and give it a try, assuming there's not rocks inside. Let's jump into it. So I, right off the bat, really enjoy this bottle. I've always been a fan of the John Varvatos bottles. I know some think they're tacky, but I personally like them quite a bit. And this one is probably my second favorite that I've seen, to only Dark Rebel, which is my favorite John Varvatos bottle. Dark Rebel is my favorite, and this is probably a close second. I do like the new release that they had last year, that teal one, which I thought that fragrance was pretty good. Yeah, let's check out the atomizer on this. Pretty heavy cap. This cap feels a bit heavier than other John Varvatos bottles that I have. It's a heavy metal cap, so now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if they're all metal. Pretty typical of John Varvatos, not the greatest atomizer. Okay. In the air, I'm getting some citrus. It's a little bit green, soapy, lavender, clean. Really sort of what you would expect, I think, in the air from the bottle. Just smells really clean, out of the shower, soapy, a little green, and some citrus. It's a tiny bit of sweetness as well. Let me get this on strip. Doesn't really remind me of any of the other John Varvatoses. Definitely getting a slight neroli, almost like a mint, like a neroli, spearmint, some herbal quality to this. I really like that angle to this, is that herbalness that I'm getting from this and that mintiness, which is nice because I love mint in bright, fresh fragrances. I think it works really well. It's uplifting. It reminds me of when my grandfather would have his herb garden and he always had fresh mint growing. He would crush it up, we'd chew on it, just incredible. So it's very transportive for me when I smell mint in a fragrance. I really enjoy that accord. And I am getting some florals as well. So I definitely want to see this on skin because it is dynamic on the strip. So I'm curious to see how this evolves on the skin. One thing I can say right off the bat is that this is not projecting all that crazily. It's not jumping off of the strip. I do smell it in the air, but it's, it seems to lose its power pretty quickly, which is a criticism of John Varvatos' fragrances. I don't know how this one performs. I will wear it this week, as I always do, and then talk about it more in my weekly wears video with you guys. I drop those every Monday, so be sure to check that out. Let me get this on skin. I'm going to take a look at the notes and see what else I think of this one. So the notes for John Varvatos Artisan Blue, top notes are basil, bergamot, chayote, lavender, and bitter orange. Mid notes are palmarosa, geranium, orange blossom, clary sage, and iris. And the base notes are pine, cedar, pistachio, tamarisk, and patchouli. So lots of interesting notes, still getting that herbal quality. Now, no mint is mentioned in the notes. So what am I picking up? It could be a combination of that basil and that pine that's in here, giving this really aromatic, cooling effect that definitely could be coming from that pine, and also a bit of that geranium as well, working alongside of those other notes. It's still super refreshing, really green, surprisingly green for what you see when you look at this bottle. Is what you're thinking you're going to get is some aquatic, but yeah, I love the greenness in here, and it's really unique. I can't really say this smells like anything specifically that I've smelled before. It does remind me a bit of Nautica Blue, the OG Nautica Blue, I want to say. I'll try to find a picture of it here. It does remind me slightly of that. This is much more natural smelling to me. It's not as synthetic as that Nautica is. And that lavender coming through, it's really soapy clean. I mean, this is really refreshing, uplifting, perfect for this time of year as we're getting into the warmer weather. I can see this being a go-to for a lot of guys. And it's kind of a no-brainer. It's nothing challenging here. It just smells really clean. Yeah, so where do I see this being worn? I think this is office safe. It is daytime more so for me than like an evening fragrance, because it is so green, so fresh, and bright. Now, on first spray, I didn't get a ton of citrus. What you're mainly going to be met with is those herbs, that mintiness, that brightness from the lavender and the soapiness. That's mainly what I get. Doesn't mean you're not going to pick up some of the citrus that I mentioned in the note breakdown. Bergamot and bitter orange were both mentioned. I do get a slight citrus, but again, it is overwhelmed by the greenness in here. I have to say that of all the John Varvatos fragrances that I've tried, this is by far the greenest fragrance from the John Varvatos line. So if you're into green fragrances, this might be one that you want to check out. It has a slight vegetal feel to it, puts me in sort of a garden, springtime, early summer, after a rainstorm. These types of fragrances that can be transportive, I always enjoy quite a bit. I'm really surprised at the quality of this. $44.99. I know you can find it cheaper on online discounters. I will be sure to link that down below. However, after shipping, being able to find this out in the wild, the only question mark here is going to be performance. Again, John Varvatos is not known for their performance, so I would think that this would be in line with most of the others, especially the fresher ones. But again, this is the freshest green fragrance from the line. I really enjoy it, and I think you guys would too. John Varvatos, Artisan Blue. As always, guys, let me know in the comment section down below what your experience is with John Varvatos Artisan Blue. Have you tried it? Do you like this one? Is it in your collection now? I'd love to know. If you like what you saw today, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you're updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.